Hey guys, it's your boy Tofuru, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. And where we last left off, we were busy taking care of business and checking out the investigation site. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else here for us to learn / take in. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think they'd last in anywhere, and I'm pretty sure my guy's just gonna literally Makoto is just gonna say, I gotta get to the red door! The red door! So, let's cut out the middleman and let's start this shit. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. And, thank you for sticking with me through this weird, sick week I've been having. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling up to this. I'm recording this super late at night, but I feel super well, I guess. So, I'm gonna take the blessing and run with it. So, let's do this. Let's have some fun, because this class trial is gonna be the real deal. So, without further ado, ahem, so is everybody ready or what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Toko is. You really don't remember? Kidding! I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. So that's what would happen if we didn't go to the class trial. He'd just hunt us down and force us there. That's kind of scary. But maybe it's just the one time, and then any other time he just murders you straight out. I assume, because it's breaking the rules. You're going against him, I guess. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Alright, calm down, girl. I told him I didn't want to, but he even forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible!
Phew.
Woo! Now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle on to the elevator. Let's get this shit on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm, and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Except the bitch that killed her! God damn it. Alright. Focus. Train focus. Alright. Someone made a choice to kill a girl like that. No, somebody took advantage of a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing here. Well, we can talk to everybody, so let's start off our day. Alright, Mondo, how do you feel, bro?
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Alright, well that was short and sweet to the point. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice prevails, right, bro? Alright. There was something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. And Yoshihiro? You ready? We're doing this? That wasn't even his voice. I'm sorry, I apologize. His voice is too bro dude for me. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Well, on a side note, I think I figured it out, Byakuya, you son of a bitch. Yeah. I'll save it for the the class trial, my theories, but when I was post-editing the last episode, I actually put the pieces together. It was actually kind of ironic. I was like, holy shit, it all makes sense now. But anyway, I'll save it. My suspicions might be correct. So I'll leave it until it happens. Alright, Azuna. I guess I wasn't that much help on this one. Well, that was fantastic. Alright, what about you, Hifumi?
How very
Miss
sad.
Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
What the fuck does that even mean, dude? Dude? Alright, Kyoko.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Fucking fuck. Is it really just like... Alright, anyone else got anything useful shit?
Well then.
I'll uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual.
Better. A little bit better. I'm trying to avoid killing my voice on her voice. Alright, well calm the fuck down, Toko. She's still upset. So let's get the fuck down this elevator. We have no choice, right? So let's get this shit on the road.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator with shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend, and I couldn't get a handle on my emotion. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. It's also kind of funny to note that the way they look in this, they're actually kind of like copy-pasted images into the photo. Like they can easily be ripped out of it. You can tell anybody there can be ripped out of it. There's nobody like permanently there. It almost looks like they were photoshopped in because you can kind of see their white outlines. But it's cool. I'll leave that there. It's nice. I still like the fact that it just allows them to remove characters if they die. It's just cool to know. Until finally, we hit rock bottom. Yeah. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very
Good. You're rip raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. Please don't move, as this car will cut your arms off if you move. Sorry, I thought that was a good joke. That was a really bad one. That was a pretty big one on my cornball scale. I was trying to say, please don't move your arms, legs, or other appendages inside the moving seat, or you may die by random bear death. But see, that's not as good, but I tried. Alright, enough of the cringy jokes. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly last trial, baby. Alrighty. The big concoction of this fucking shit has finally sunk in. We can finally start this and get to the thing. Opening handbook. What are our truth bullets before we start our grand case? Alright, well, we have the file. We have Sakura's account that she said that Shihiro wanted to get stronger but denied working out with anybody else. There's the obvious weapon of choice. There's Mondo's account, which he said that she was willing to listen. She told anyone willing to listen. She told everyone she wanted to get stronger. The card reader, which you need the e-handbook to sign in, and then it explained that the loophole, which is that you don't need to loan it because you can take it from the main hall's ebooks, and you can use those as much as you want as long as you return them. Because obviously it's borrowing and not loaning it because the person's dead. And then there's the broken e-handbook, which we don't know who it's pertaining to, but it is hacked or destroyed or something's going on with it that it doesn't log on. And that might be a big case thing to the actual whole thing. Anyway, after that, there's the Genocide Jack case file, which basically derails Toko as the criminal. That alone does it, just because
Toko, if she is Genocide Jack, which is probably going to be a pivoting point of this case, and the whole point is that someone set her up, I think, at this point. But the whole point is, the way she killed people is that she hung them up, yes, but she did it with scissors. These weird scissors that she has millions upon millions of for some weird fucking reason. She also only murdered men. So it leads me to believe that she wouldn't murder a girl straight out. That's what I think. 2, Aoi just basically said that Chihiro avoided every girl, which means that if she had any enemies, it was within the girls, not the guys, because she talked to all the guys. Didn't actually put that together. Yeah, so basically her enemy has to be a girl just based off of Aoi's account, unless one of the guys wanted to betray her. But obviously if she is so friendly with all the guys, there's no reason for her to want to kill any of them, or any of them to kill her. Then there's this carpet stain, which is actually from Sakura spilling her protein drink. Then there's the switching of locker room posters, which means somebody intentionally noticed something and switched them. Not sure why. Because I do remember the girl one in the boys' room and the boys' one in the girls' room. It was weird. But then there's Chihiro's e-handbook, which was not found. It still hasn't been located. On top of that, the status of Chihiro's body leads to question it wasn't Genocide Jack because, 1, Genocide Jack wouldn't string up her victims with an extension cord, and 2, she would stab her victims to death, leaving a bloody mess, and not bash their heads in with a dumbbell, leading me to believe it's probably not Toko. And then there's the disappearing stain, which really is just the combo to the dirty stain, which is that Sakura remembered spilling it, but then the whole room switched. Which, I don't know how the rooms are switching, not sure at all. And then there's the desk lamp, which obviously was moved because he moved the extension cord, or the extension cord was removed from the library. Now, the only person who was in the library, pretty much scared everybody out of the library, was Byakuya. And Toko, I guess she was in there, but I doubt she would take the extension cord because she pretty much adores Byakuya, that we went with her to literally do that. So I feel like that's kind of iffy. I just don't think Toko did it. The other thing is that Celeste was the only person to note that Chihiro was working out late at night. So it leads me to make Celeste my top pick for the case today, with Byakuya running a close second, but I just don't think he'd do it. The guy likes mysteries, so he might have made it harder just for that sake. Increase the time limit for each phrase. Effective during class trial, cost 3 SP. So we have Lost in Thought, which increases time, and Meloda's Voice, which increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Alright, well there we go. I think we're ready, guys, so let's get this trial on the road. Hopefully we don't do too bad. I really hope we don't get fucking murdered in our first actual trial, just
Let's
tutorials.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Not the best situation to be in.
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
I love how he talks so happy about it. First, we have to make sure what was clearly the thing that delivered the fatal blow. Alright, let's get the murder weapon out of the way. Make your argument! Genocide Jack, library desk lamp, locker room dumbbell. Alright, we got 3 bullets. Let's figure it out, boys and girls.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
I generally don't remember shit. I had a hard moment just not remembering anything. No, well, those must have been locker. Alright, I'm gonna have to sit here. I gotta remember how to switch between shit. Concentration is the space key. Fast forward is the control key. How do you switch bullets? Firing truth bullets. Loading. Move the mouse up or down to select. Oh, Q. Okay.
It appears it was a head wound.
Yep.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have
It's not
been?
that. It's him.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
It was that one.
No, that's wrong.
That was the one we needed to break. That's not that bad. Okay.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yeah.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Unless, like, they punched that hard.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
I didn't know that.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Thanks for the backup, Kyoko.
You looked at her head wound?
You have to be, you know, very elaborate, I guess, right?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Only to you, man. Ellipses.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Oh, shit.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
No, you're trying to steer it away from the actual criminal.
What? For real?
No, he's red herring us, dude.
Chihiro's killer is... the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
No fucking way. See, he's like throwing shade on it by saying the fiendish killer, because everyone's gonna think about the serial killer, and it makes so much sense, you know? Did he really kill Chihiro? No, he didn't. It is also... Oh, God. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. First debate. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. What? Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down through the white noise. That's fucking awesome. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will increase, so take aim when you have your silencer out. So take careful aim. Oh, time limit will decrease. That's crazy. Huh. Okay. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer, just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Can I actually, like, check my difficulty right now? Because I feel like... Alright, well. Alright, well, we got the same gear again, so we're going to have to go to the case file, guys.
The culprit...
Is there... So it doesn't tell me. Alright, well, I'll have to figure that out after. I hope my difficulty's at the hard one, because it might have changed when the first case went on. It might have changed it. Anyway, let's get through this. Oh, that's it.
Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
I think that's the one I need to hit.
Wrong.
I think that was the one I need to hit, because she didn't believe there's no proof.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
Oh, shit.
What?
He's bringing in the case file.
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Yeah.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Oh, man.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Does it? Oh, yeah, it did, because that's how we figured out that it's not really her.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Thank you for the comedic gesture, you dear buffoon.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
And the other discerning feature?
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
The fucking suspension thing.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Why me? The other characteristic of Genocide Jack, which the world at large doesn't know. You mean how the victim is positioned.
I got it!
Ba-bam.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Bam. Done.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Okay.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Okay.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Well, either one, they read the file, or two, they're the killer.
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
I thought of two, be curious. You're obviously throwing some bullshit here.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
That's speculation, dude.
No fucking way!
Oh god. This is not good. Everyone's freaking out.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
See, but here's my problem is that if Genocide Jack is really one of us, right? Doesn't that mean that the next murderer could potentially be from them? Which doesn't make anything good going forward. It means literally Toko's on everyone's like watch list.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh no, spoilers!
What?
How did he know?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
I wonder how I figured that out.
You lie!
Thank you, Hifumi.
What?
What?
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
Now everyone's freaking out.
Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Technically, one with a split personality would.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Oh god, he's gonna explain the split personality disorder.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's not too complicated, man. It's just he's making it more complicated than it really is. It does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Well, Hangman's Gambit. Alright, well, is it gonna say split? What the fuck? Wait, what? I know. Oh, she's schizo. Oh my god, I had to like literally sit there to try to figure out what they were trying to get me to say, and I was like, why the fucking H? I'm trying to say schizophrenic. Huh. Got it. Bing bang!
Now I understand.
Give me that.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
She didn't even understand what just happened there. The bomb dropped.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Oh yeah, because of the way she freaked out at each case or each murder scene.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
I really want to understand how you figured this out in the first place, though.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
How? The one thing that shows that Toko... I mean, technically she fainted and then her behavior changed.
I got it!
I think it was her behavior changing.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was a completely different person. Oh god, yeah. I'm fine. Whoa, that body? Hey, are you dead? Oh god. Yeah, she must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, and a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Well, yeah. I mean, she fell on her head.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Oh, wow. You got upset about that, huh?
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Really? She was?
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Didn't think about that. Alright, don't freak out too much, Toko. God.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Afraid of losing control, really. Yeah, like she won't let Genocide Jack have control. That's all she was scared about. I'll drive it out. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting
It
in.
was to keep herself from getting out.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Oh, well, that sucks.
What?
Yeah.
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
At least she was caring about it, you know? She could just let herself go.
How?
Well, you did say it. I mean, it's not like we didn't pay attention to those little facts there, Toko.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her.
Oh, really? Oh, I guess because you heard her say stuff and you just didn't understand where it was connecting to.
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this?
Oh, God, what is it?
No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Oh, wait. Did she tell you first?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Really?
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Wow, so she confided in you.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
So you just connected two and two together. Oh, man.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
Oh, no.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, he's such a dick. He basically, well, then again, he did say, why are you playing a game that's meant to be solo with a group? You know, it makes no sense. I'm not going to help anyone. I'm just going to, do what I want to do. You decided to trust him, Toko. It's basically trying to say it was your fault this happened, which is really fucked up when you think about it, but I'm pretty sure that's the way he's looking at it.
What?
Oh, God.
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
Aw.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
This guy's a dick.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
You're such a fucking dick. God damn it.
Besides, you broke your promise first.
What? What was it?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Wow. That's fucked up. He basically turned her words against her.
But in spite of that promise...
You're such a dick. Yo, you're a dick. Wow, I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack ever have control again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Aww. You play with this poor girl's emotions, man. And that's it. I mean, I don't like Toko at all. Like, she's really weird. I guess I should start talking to her more now after this, but right now, I'm defending her in this. Fuck you, Byakuya. Like, seriously, wait, pause, time out, whatever the case. No, I'm defending Toko. I don't care. I mean, I don't want her to go out with my character, but the whole idea that you just literally turned her feelings against her, you're such a dick.
That's the only reason, I promise.
Yeah, like, see, seriously? Come on, dude, you're such a dickhead about it.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Oh, yeah? Fucking scum of the earth here.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
You're making this way harder, dude. You're literally turning her words against her. Ugh, man, I hate this character so much.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
It happens. I mean, it's not the best thing to say you're losing control over, you know, a serial killer that could potentially murder everyone. No, probably not. But at the same time, I feel like this isn't the best defense against it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Oh my god, this fucking elitist scumbag.
I hate you.
Thank God you feel that way, Toko.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Alright, well, now it's time to question Toko.
The person?
Oh, fuck. She's freaking out.
You don't mean...
Oh, poor girl is freaking breaking. Yeah, like suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh, now we meet the actual Genocide Jack.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Wait, what? Her name's Genocide Jill? Alright.
What the heck?
Oh, fuck.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
So her tongue just stays out during this mode?
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is
It's
this?
a complete 180.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality!
Is it really?
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh my god, she is fucking nuts. She is so fucking nuts. I like Genocide Jill.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
I wonder how athletic her body is because she has a Genocide Jill in her, you know?
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah, it's a pretty much the opposite.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Oh man.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Maybe that's just you, Jill. Alrighty. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What? What's up?
What's up?
Oh wow, that's so calm.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
And she lost all her authenticity right there.
Just kidding!
Oh, never mind, she earned it back.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
Against you?
mean? They just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
I mean, yes, that is true, but I don't think they just let it happen.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Ooh.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
If you put it that way, I guess.
Just kidding again!
I really gotta get a frame of mind on Genocide Jill here. She's kind of all over the place.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Why is he trying to pin it on her?
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
I don't think so.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
I guess so, yeah.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
It's funny, because no matter what, I kind of have to believe the psychopath over the brains over here.
Huh?
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Well, the first things first is that she didn't murder someone in a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I do, Sakura. I do.
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Oh, God. They all just turned on her. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something is still bothering me. What she said. I need to get more details about all this. Alright, we got another court situation. Let's go, boys and gals. Status of the dead body disappearing stain on the library desk lamp. Alright. Let's get it on.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
There's literally one fucking thing in this entire conversation. Okay. We'll have to figure out the modus operandi.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
I think it's
an alibi, huh?
It's definitely
when you compare your past murder, the modus operandi matches completely.
It's him.
No, that's wrong.
The status doesn't match up. The body was beaten, not stabbed.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Bam!
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Oh man, Makoto's got it.
Huh? How's it any different?
Well, obviously the weapon.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Jesus fucking Christ.
I murder with passion and conviction.
Yeah, like, there's blood everywhere.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Oh, shit.
This is no creation of mine.
She won't even... She spits on this copycat art.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yeah, I could do that.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Well, the style of the bloody message is not it. It is the victim's fatal injury.
I got it!
It is that fatal
For one,
injury.
the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Bingo.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Oh wow, really?
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yeah, her arms also weren't stabbed with it.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Yeah, there you go, Hifumi. You got it now, right?
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
I'm pretty sure serial killers do that because it's like that's the only thing that they. I don't know. I feel like in you know or genocide Jill's case, it's like her routine. It's her mantra. She can't change it.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
Oh wow.
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
She's a killer. What do you expect her to do?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yes. That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. What was used to suspend her?
I got
That's
it.
what I think it is.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her
It was an
wrists.
extension cord, not a rope.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Her scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
How'd you make them?
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Oh man.
And you know what else?
What?
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
What?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
That's funny because you're actually short Mac, so you'd be closer to a Little Mac reference than you are to a Big Mac reference. But hey, I'll take it.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Really?
Huh?
What is it?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in
Oh,
each
you mean the
Genocide
men
Jack
reference.
case.
Why would she ever kill a girl? Yeah, she only killed men.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Yeah, I got it.
A pattern?
Yeah, she only kills men.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
She was a lolly girl? I'm pretty sure Celeste is the gothic lolly. But oh, Lolita, because she's okay. I get what you meant. All right, sure, I'll take it, Jill. All right, let's see. There's a pattern surrounding Genocide Jack's victims, and Chihiro didn't fit. I think I figured it out. I don't know why she could. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
bingo. That's what it was. One second, I'm gonna go check that out. It was definitely because Chihiro was a girl, because the only people she killed were men.
Bingo, bullseye,
Thank
right
you,
on the
Jill.
money.
Jesus Christ.
What are you
Don't you
talking
get
about?
it, man?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yeah. Oh, age didn't matter. She only killed men, though. Yeah, every single one was men. I noticed that when it first came around.
They were all
Yeah, 'cause she
guys?
thought they were creepy. She probably murdered them because of that.
That's right. The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little
What?
men. I can't believe I said it. I'm
Well,
so
did you
embarrassed.
like those men? So you liked them so much and they didn't like you back, so you freaked out and murdered them all?
The hell is wrong with
Thank
you?
Mondo.
I can't help it. I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me
Really?
just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man,
Basically,
kill her?
right?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and
So
only.
are you saying you would pretty much kill Byakuya long term?
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill
But
in
she
order
made a
to survive.
promise to you that she wouldn't kill because you promised you'd date her. So obviously she wouldn't go against it.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Lowly cur.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
What would you kill for?
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Oh, wow. So that's... Huh. I mean, it pretty much shows she's a very competent serial killer.
That does make
It doesn't make
amount
just
of
some,
sense.
Celeste. It makes a fuck ton of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized
Aw.
scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Wow.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any
No,
scissors
she
in the
always
school.
carries them, Hifumi.
Any
No, there.
scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Where are they?
Okay, whatever. There still
She
aren't
can
any
make
in
them,
the
I
school.
guess.
Are you sure about
Oh.
that?
Oh. So she has them all the time? Great. That is
fully
not a good
equipped.
sign. I mean, I guess it clears her name, but does not make me feel any safer now.
That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Great.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my
Oh
side?
my god, she is legitly crazy.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter
Oh,
dogs.
I believed you, Jill. Jesus.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Now that's an important clue to know.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police
Or
knew
the
about
people
that.
who had access to the files.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer
Now
or
if somebody
whatever.
had all the facts to the case, they could easily copycat it. Yeah, actually, hold on. There is one person. The one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. Well, the only other person who knew, to be frank, was him.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out.
Yeah, you're the one who had
isn't
all
it?
the files.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police
Bye-bye.
records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened.
Probably.
hadn't you?
Oh shit.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Uh-oh.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Or he is trying to make it. I don't know what he was trying to do here.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp
Uh-oh.
on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm
She's
on fire!
definitely turned on by this.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Yeah, it does.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Huh. I guess not. And technically, I don't know if I'm his alibi.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Which means he must have found it. And he didn't enact the body discovery because there's only him in the room. So he must have found the body and then proceeded to copycat. For what reason? I have no idea. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. I didn't even pick up on that. You were super aggressive to go to the girls' locker room first.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
You're the one who took a fucking notebook to enter the girls' locker room with. That's how it works. That's why you knew where they were, and that's why you brought it up, because nobody else knew about that besides you and Masahiro. That's actually kind of important. Huh.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
You pushed that one. You'd still check both locker rooms anyway.
Nothing strange about that,
I
I'd
know.
say.
On the contrary, there's
You also
something
knew
very
about
strange.
borrowing a book.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the
I
rest
will.
of the class.
Well, it was a clear contradiction in what Pikia first said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added. Alright, well, let's go. Next, we're going to add something called the Truth Flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. The memorized phrase can only be shot at once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth chamber. However, if you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want, and if you don't seem to have an answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak point and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say if you don't use the flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh shit, Monokuma File 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for
Jesus
any
Christ.
guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he
Alright,
was
so we
acting
go through all this.
presented
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
That's unnatural.
The victim
Really?
was Chihiro, so of course
Oh,
I would
what?
suggest we check the girls'
There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Alright, well, let's get through this again. Jesus Christ.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's unnatural. The victim
was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What do you think? There's some mistake lurking in what I said?
Shoot!
There must be a contradiction somewhere. Alright. Alright. I gotta figure out how to use this goddamn fat flashback shit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Truth bullets, loading truth bullets, quick select, truth bullet, flashback. If you target a weak spot, then hold down the left mouse button. You can use that weak spot as temporary truth bullet later on in the argument. These flashback bullets will disappear as soon as you use them. Oh, I get it. Oh.
But he was acting
Oh,
weird.
I fucking get it. You have to take that flashback statement, or whatever it was recalled, as the bullet for the next one.
Room. You absolutely take
That's unnatural.
The victim
shoot
was
it.
Chihiro, who was...
No, that's wrong.
That was before you knew who the victim was.
I'll tell you what's so
How'd you
strange
know
about
it was a
that.
girl, for one, and it was Chihiro? You didn't know who it was at that moment.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim
Bingo!
was.
That makes sense. Okay.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim
Wha-bam.
doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is
I
still
don't think
too
so.
weak.
Really?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead.
I will.
Show us.
What's with Peculiar's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he acts like this has nothing to do with him. Because it doesn't, Makoto. I don't know why he changed the murder around, but for some reason he did. He didn't commit the murder, neither did Toko. We've proven Toko's innocence, and Byakuya, obviously now having it blamed on him, is like, fuck no, it's not me, I'm gonna point you to... I'm not gonna tell you who, but I'm not gonna be the one to fall.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There
There
must
is,
be
just
more
gotta
to
figure
it.
it out. It's...
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think
Alright.
about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past genocide
Yeah, it
Jack
was obviously
incidents.
a copycat.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Really?
Oh? Proof that I'm the
No.
culprit, you mean?
But you covered for some reason. The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Ugh, fuck. Alright. Make your argument. Celeste account. Disappearing stain. Library desk lamp. I mean, I think it might be the lamp being the key one here, but...
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same
I get
scissors to
that.
arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before
Got
in
you,
my
son
life.
of a bitch.
No, that's wrong.
You son of a bitch. You failed. You gave a really shitty... So you didn't even give a good out.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you
Well,
have seen it
bam.
before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that
Well,
extension
bam.
cord... What?
Yeah,
extension
Hifumi. It's
cord?
the extension cord.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once,
Hmm.
haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing
Oh yeah, I
after
did check
the
that.
murder.
That little extra fact there.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Oh shit.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that
No,
bloody message.
I think you found Chihiro dead somewhere else in the girls' locker room, and then you proceeded to do that.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack
Yes.
was behind it. Is that about
Yes.
right?
I don't think you did it. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, Not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what
Is he
happened.
trying to reverse point at the real killer?
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right?
No,
Byakuya is the killer.
no. He's trying to, like, lead us the right way.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Okay.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to
I don't
win.
think he would. He wouldn't have made it that easy.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
But why?
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who
No.
did
We
it.
have the wrong person right now if you think it's him. It's not him.
I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
I just don't see it, man.
What about all that
None of it.
bothers you?
It's the fact that you took that body and made it that way. Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya's remarks just now. There's something that concerns me.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room,
Was that
right?
it?
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
I might be wrong.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
But how would he even... Wait, holy shit, it makes all the sense. Holy shit, yeah, that's right. Because, if you imagine it, one, it had to be moved because the rugs were switched, which the brown stained one was in the girls' room, switched because the blood was on it. He couldn't change that. Second, the blood on the poster behind them was switched. On top of that, they were switched to different angles because the hot chick I think was in the anyway, the posters were switched as well because it had blood on it as well. Those two things alone proved that that's the case.
The rest of the murder
you moved
scene?
it. You found her dead, but she wasn't killed in the girls' locker room. She was killed in the boys'. She was hacking Leon's
specific.
to get
Please
into
tell me
there.
you have a reason for saying
That's
all
what
of
it
that.
was. She was either she hacked it or she was using Leon's to go into the boys' locker room to work out, so that in case anyone snuck in at night, they wouldn't get her.
I believe
Aha.
I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows that the murder took place somewhere else. I see to focus on those things, and I got it that switched. Well, I got it right now. The posters could do it. Actually, I think it's the locker room posters. I think that would do it. It's either that or the stain,
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each
Wha-bam.
locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was A picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Why?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters
No,
were switched?
they were switched.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The carpets.
You know what I'm talking about, right,
Oh
Sakura?
wow, point that out too.
You're referring to my protein coffee,
Yes,
aren't you?
yes I am.
Protein
Yeah.
coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Got it.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys'
So they
locker room
switched them
carpet.
all.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Really? You can recognize that?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were
Yeah,
switched
it
too?
definitely means that.
But why would
I
anyone
have
do
no
that?
idea.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Well, yeah, to cover, I guess. I don't know why they'd move it all, though.
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along
Yeah,
with the
I
dead
agree,
body.
but I don't know how. I guess I don't know why. For what purpose?
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit,
The culprit
bother doing
didn't.
that?
To be honest, the original killer probably left in the boy's room to frame a boy. But Byakuya changed it to frame Toko, and I'm not sure why.
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
To frame someone else.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in
That
the
one I
first
can
place?
answer, Celeste. No, don't freak out, Makoto. I got you.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls'
Not
locker
if she
room.
took someone else's.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can
Thank
tell
you,
you what it
Yasuhiro.
was.
I highly
No,
doubt
yes he
that.
can, Celeste. Me and him together. We've got this one.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Dude, you gotta remember these things, dude. It's only like been an hour ago since the last time I remember them. The broken e-handbook. That's the important clue here.
Is it really
Yeah.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate
Alright, so
programmer,
thinking
after
that.
all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically. Alright, yeah, I thought so. I do want to
it
take
really
that other one,
possible?
though. I wonder if you can
Chihiro
keep...
really-
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem.
No, I don't think she used the thing that was...
Huh? What?
I'm talking about
Got
Leon's
it.
handbook, of course.
It was broken. Unless she hacked it. But I do feel like that hack was an important clue.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Because
Why
it wasn't
not?
working.
Because Leon's handbook
Somebody
was
else
broken.
used that handbook to get into that room.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone
Not
else's
borrowing it.
handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Jeez.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail
But
square
why would
on
you
the
alert that
noggin.
to... I guess at this point it doesn't matter, but that now it just makes them useless to use.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
But what if she used the laptop?
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just...
No, it's not.
Wrong? It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
No,
So
no,
I
no, no,
guess
no,
so.
no, it's the laptop.
Okay then,
Oh,
I
God,
vote for
don't.
Byakuya.
No. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room. Byakuya was the one who did it? Really? No, 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 no. I don't know what else I can do. She hacked.
Hold on a second.
But she used the laptop to do it. She didn't use her e-handbook. She used the laptop to do it.
I agree with you, though. I
Thanks,
think you're on the
Kyoko.
right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Is there? The lack. She had to hack it.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all
What?
to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're
Oh, shit.
doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Seriously? I've never heard of this. Oh, God.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Sure, I guess. I guess we're all going somewhere. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls'
why
locker
here?
room? We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more
Okay.
time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your
Sure,
time.
definitely will try.
Examine her carefully? Like using our
Oh, God.
hands?
Fumi, calm down.
No way.
Jesus, man, just relax.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead
Are you
body.
really thinking about this pervertedly?
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Okay.
Very well.
Thank you,
I'll
Sakura,
do it.
for manning up for us.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
The friendship that's bonded here today.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Forgot she's still in genocide jail.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the
What the
intrusion.
fuck are you doing to her? Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this
What are you
particular
talking
mystery.
about?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Don't tell me she was a boy.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Chihiro was a boy. I started trembling.
This girl is...
No way.
Is
Oh
a boy.
my god.
Ah, I see. So she
Oh,
was actually
man.
a he. Interesting.
Oh my god, why? No
You're
way.
joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then
What's
really true?
Oh, that's a,
Chihiro was
that would explain why she could. I'm sorry, he could get into the locker room.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right
Oh,
off the
thanks,
bat.
Monokuma.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a
Oh,
guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Aw, you're sad.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Oh. Sorry, cross-dressing Chihiro. This makes it sadder, so that means you were murdered in the boys' locker room. Which explains why Leon's notebook isn't working, because nobody wants to know that she touched it. Or whoever did touched it. And then, obviously, he walked in, saw Chihiro dead in the boys' locker room, and then transferred the case over to the girls' locker room to make it make sense. Or to fit that Chihiro was a girl and was murdered by Toko. But...
Yes, that certainly does make things much more
yeah,
exciting.
yeah, it does.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back
Sure,
to the trial.
Monokuma, sure. I am so pumped to redo this again.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Alrighty, I guess.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up
Yeah,
from there.
I guess so.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Alright. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. Thought never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
I guess so.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Thanks.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's
Yes.
initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Yeah. Not sure why, though.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Okay.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker
Yeah,
room?
it was. And whoever was the killer could easily use Leon's to get into the boys' room.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes,
It also
that does
points to
seem
the fact that it
plausible.
could just be a boy that killed her. Him.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather
Fine.
odd.
What, did you figure that out too?
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female
yeah?
body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
I don't think it's him. He did change the body situation, but he didn't kill him.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
Nope.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still
I
think
don't.
Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like genocide. Jack did it. But
I just can't believe that it was him who murdered him.
I think he might not actually be the killer
Yeah.
after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the
It's
first
just
place?
not him. He kept trying to assert that that scene was his. And this whole thing, and he knew to go there first. It was weird.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's
Like he
enjoying
already
us solving
solved
the
it, but
mystery.
he wants everyone else to figure it out. He made it harder, and then let everyone else figure it out.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything
Yeah.
to do with him?
I do.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Oh, shit.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle
What?
you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Good points.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the
What?
time being.
Really?
Mark it as
Yeah, he's on our side,
correct?
Asahina. He just wanted us to give real reasons why he isn't the killer, but he made a red herring anyway.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided
Wait,
to
what?
alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why?
My
fucking
reasons hardly
dicks.
matter
He
right
did
now.
to the body.
Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry, the last one was literally just Asahina saying, why'd you do that to the body? Just saying that now, because I did click too fast. I'm reading them so quick, it just happens sometimes.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Celeste.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a
Concrete
little more.
Celeste. She's the only one that knew that he was working out. Like, physically leaving late at night to do it. Because he didn't
seriously
want to
gonna
be
keep
found
going?
out as a
We're all
boy.
good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, it's not Yasuhiro. He was doing it late at night so nobody would know that he was actually a boy, not a girl, when he worked out. That makes more sense. It explains the motive for it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Well, let's put on the weight of truth here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Okay.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a
Calm
mind
the
of
fuck
your
down,
own?
Kiyotaka.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to
I
make
think
our
this is our
decision.
last discussion here.
That's very true.
Our lives are
Yeah, 'cause
all
we're
on
coming
the
down to the
line.
wire.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide
Sure,
and seek?
let's do this thing. If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's only one thing we can be sure that we know about. The killer. I guess the killer is a guy? I guess the only thing we are sure about.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I still need to find more clues. Yeah, who disabled the boys' thing? Or Leon's stuff? Disappearing stain, Celeste's account, library, lamp desk.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well,
Unless
clues are one thing,
Celeste's
but
a boy as well.
did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something
yeah?
by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Alright, I know that's just the one.
No, that's wrong!
That one I knew just because I'm waiting because Celeste's the only person that did see it.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes.
Well, bam.
I did see him.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, she did.
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly
Why did
noises.
you only tell me?
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at
Yeah.
the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any
Like,
evidence.
guaranteed destroyed them.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Oh, fuck.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work
Yeah.
out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he
Pretty
was
much
hiding,
is the way I
right?
think about it.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting
Oh
with
my
very
god.
much.
Now I have a new... Alright, let's keep it going.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being
Yeah.
revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
Oh man.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
That's a good point.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Really? I feel like we could figure it out.
No. You already have what you need to make the
Do we?
connection.
What could it be?
You know
Who
who
is
the
it?
killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it
Track
should become
jacket
obvious
and
who was
duffel
waiting
bag.
for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of
Track
evidence that we
jacket
don't
and
have?
duffel bag. Track jacket and duffel bag. I mean, it would point me to someone who's super athletic.
What? You want to track down some
No,
fingerprints
that
or
would
something?
be, that's not it.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
No, but
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to
alright.
talk
Well,
it
it
out.
leads me to believe it's one of the more athletically inclined people. Which is more Mondo Kiyotaka territory, I guess. If we want to switch cases here.
Easy for
Not
you to
so
say.
sure. Not so fast, Asahina.
But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the
Okay.
warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose
Yes.
from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's
Really?
jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow. It's really hard to believe. A blue jacket? I think this is gonna be a flashback situation. I don't think any of these matter to what we're talking about right now. Alright, let's hear it out, guys. Let's figure out who this is.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the
No.
culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Alright, what he just said at the end is super suspicious.
You heard him, right? What he just said
Thank
without
you.
even realizing it?
Yeah, he just said it. Literally, I got it. Alright, got it.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to
Yeah.
ask, why did he choose this?
What do you mean,
I got it! He picked it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue
How do you know it's a
tracksuit
blue
as him?
tracksuit?
My tracksuit is black.
Aw. Calm down, Mondo.
Shoot!
Ugh. Alright.
First of all,
We know where Chihi was on his way, so next we
why did he choose this?
What do you mean, this?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit.
So, what you... The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have it, 'cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit. I got it from the warehouse.
Did any of that really help us get any...
No way. Not a
He
chance.
was on his way to go
Oh.
exercise. So next we have to
I
ask,
get it.
Why did
I'm
he
sitting here
choose
trying to
what you mean?
flashback
I
when
got
in
it.
reality
It
it's...
matched the one the culprit was wearing.
I'm sitting here trying to figure
what
this
you're
shit out.
saying is, the killer was
Right
wearing
here
the
is the
same blue
lie, because
tracksuit.
how do you know it was
No,
blue
what's wrong?
if Celeste's the only one that saw it? Oh my god, that took way longer
Hold on a
than
second,
it really
Mondo.
should have.
What did you just say?
Like, honestly, there's no reason. I can't believe that I didn't think about using the actual bullets. I was so absorbed in the flashback copying that none of it mattered, and I wasted so much time just doing that. Anyway, alright.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
Stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he was heading off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Only we see it because we know it's blue.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Dun-dun-dun.
What are you? You just...
No.
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Oh shit.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
So she pretty much confirms herself there.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
What?
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Are you trying to say you're covering up for your bro?
no, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Wow.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Oh my god.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Why? How? When?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Uh-huh.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
It's almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Da-da-dun.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
Really?
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Now, why would you think of that in this situation?
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
Yeah, and Mondo was on edge during that last little chunk there.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Really?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
Yeah, why'd you kill him in the first place?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting, the way he talked. I think it was that, because the way he kept referring to Chihiro was so weird.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
What?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I mean, I guess so.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, she's just very intuitive.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Yeah, that's also true. Uh-oh.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone!
Uh-oh, here we go.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Alright, here comes, I think, the final battle here.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Everything? Maybe?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
No, it isn't.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
Really?
That was fast.
She instantly, changed her opinion on it.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
I think you have to just poke him now.
My time has nearly come.
What do you know, man?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Really?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Oh yeah, he never revealed it.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Uh-oh.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
What is it?
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
He found Makoto. He found her book.
What do you have there?
Uh-oh.
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Where? You found it on the ground. It must belong to...
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Yes, we do.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Oh, yeah.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Probably in the diary entries of it.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Wait a minute. It's the same case as the Leon book.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
But there's no way you could have broken it.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Someone did something else to it.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
Alright, well maybe Chihiro did something to him.
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Yeah, it is actually.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Maybe.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Hitting its weak point, exploding a bug, by hacking it. They were able to physically hack into it and destroy it that way. Oh yeah, you can't modify it. Shit! Oh, yeah, I guess I can hack it off the list then.
Shoot!
That's not good. How did the handbook break? It was only while I was exploiting a bug by hitting a weak point. Maybe it's some bug you could exploit?
Shoot!
Fuck. I have to redo it again. Alright guys, you'll see it when I come back to it. By hitting its weak point. Alright guys, welcome back. We're gonna hit this one now because I fucked up and I've come full circle.
I got it!
Is it really that though?
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
I don't know what it is, I guess. What was it?
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Someone found the weak point.
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Uh-oh.
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Oh, wow.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Well, then you'll know someone's going against your rules, right?
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Good point.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
I mean, what do we gain out of it?
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Okay, so then Mondo took Leon's book because his stopped working after the steam fight that he had with... oh my god. With Taka. And Taka wasn't wearing his clothes, he was wearing a towel. They made an important note to draw that he was in his towel doing it, while Mondo was in his full clothing. So he probably destroyed his because he forgot to take it out. Didn't know it was going to melt during the middle of the game.
I flippin' knew it!
There we go. So that means that he has Leon's book on him.
You knew it?
Yeah, it'd be the big reveal. He has to show his own book. That would be the easiest way.
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
What?
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
Okay.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried.
Okay.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Oh.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Huh.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Is it really?
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Yes.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Yeah, but someone found out inadvertently.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Oh my god.
What if they found out by accident?
I don't know.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yeah, well, that's probably what did happen. The first time, anyway.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
They didn't get rid of it, though.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
I know 2 people.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I know of 1 person who did.
I might know someone who did.
Bam.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, I do.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It wasn't you, Kiyotaka. Who might have done it? Really, it could have only been 1 person. And I remember. It wasn't you, buddy. You had a towel on. But you did have all your clothes on. I'm sorry, Mondo.
Here's my answer.
It's gotta be you.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Just because he's your bro and you believe in him doesn't mean he's gonna be truthful to you, bro.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Yes, he did.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Oh, that face says a lot.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Well then, let him show us his book then. I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make your argument. Chihiro's handbook. Alright, let's get this on.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See?
Look, Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
It's in there. And that's why all of it... Alright, I got it. That's why they want to teach us the silencer. It's like the one time it matters.
In other words, if Mondo, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Got you.
No, that's wrong.
Alright.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, is it?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
Dun-dun-dun.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Huh.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
Especially after all those baseballs.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Yes, 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 yes.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
No, you can borrow it, just can't loan it. Which means if it's a dead student, obviously you can borrow it.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Oh, fuck.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
I didn't, Kiyotaka. You know it too.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Oh, wow, so we're gonna do a full court explanation?
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Alright, let's do it. Closing begins. Alright. Celeste saw Cheer in the warehouse with a duffel bag. She saw it, she stashed it away. There's something everyone here needs to get into locker rooms. Definitely not the girls, but I have no other one I can do. Yeah, no. See, that's where that girls' locker room comes in. It's definitely not it. Alright, which locker room did Chihiro get into? Oh, maybe it's that inn. Because none of these... Oh, this... That would be it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Lifted it, beat her in the face, inspired on that. That fell. Changed that in the poster. Carried her to the girls' bathroom. Wabam. Where he swiped in using character sign for the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. He took Alright. And that, he walked in. This. He brought that along. Tired when Yukiro arrived at the scene, what did he use to disguise what happened? He wrote this. Where did the killer go after they were done? They went to the sauna. What happened to it? Well, this happened to it. Alright, let's say that's right.
The killer is you!
Alright.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Let's see if I was right, guys.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yes, she did.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yep.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Uh-huh.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Yeah, she went rushing to meet someone.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh, I need to change. Okay. I need to change that, I guess.
Here's exactly what happened.
I think it was that.
With bag in hand,
okay.
Chihiro headed out.
Yep.
She made her way to the but how could the victim?
With her card, because he's a boy.
Simple. Because she was really a he.
Bam!
Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Yup.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
I just don't get why.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Bingo, but I just don't get why he did it. What was the motivation?
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Which he then moved to the girls' room.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
But how did he do that?
A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room,
Could
of
have just
course.
grabbed, obviously. Because since he knew that that's where they were, and he broke his, he could just easily grab Sayaka's or Yunko's to go use it.
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
No, not if he knew where to get them.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Yes, they had.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
And that's where he put things down.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Wha-bam!
That could have been the end of things, but no.
Yeah, and then he shows up later, which I still don't get how he knew to come in there.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation.
Unless Mondo
making
left
things
the...
even more complicated.
Maybe Mondo left the door open.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Yep, and then he wrote Bloodlust.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
Okay.
There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
They threw it in there, and it stopped working.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
Because they experienced it themselves. That's the only way they would have known that little weak point, because Monokuma never told anyone.
And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Thanks, Makoto. I feel like you really pieced this together pretty nicely.
And that's how it all played out.
Yep, that's definitely how it all worked, and I'm glad it did, but I guess it was Mondo. Wow, I really thought it was Celeste, because she was the last one to see it. Oh, wow, he looks so pissed.
Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Dun-dun-dun! Yes! Complete that shit.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
Well, let him show us his book. Obviously there is where the evidence will be. Hey, baby. What? No, I'm still recording. I got held back by fucking up at this point for like 30 minutes. I didn't forget, baby. I was gonna call you. I just didn't know if you were gonna be up this late. Oh, baby. How was your nap? Okay. So do you feel better now? I just feel more tired. Well, I'm sorry. I should have called you sooner than that. At least that way you wouldn't have been so groggy after napping longer. Do you want me to finish this up and call you right back? I don't mind. Unless you don't want to stay up any longer. Alright, baby. I'll hurry up as soon as I can, okay, baby? Alright. I love you. Mwah. Alright.
You need evidence! You need proof!
Yeah, let him show us it.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Why are you so defensive? Evidence that Mondo's the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check one item of his, and everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Sure. Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right button, left button, right button, left button, no matter how many times you'll destroy the however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. This only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure it's the best use of your time. But of course, it wouldn't be fair if you only got access to the special time, right? So we've prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. So if the opponent activates Nega Time during a bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you're able to activate Fever Time, if you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Well then, good luck and have fun. The moment of truth. Wait, what?
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence!
Alright, let's get this beat pumping.
I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! Show me some evidence! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it!
The broken e-handbook. Why was he the one we needed to break, though?
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's the easiest way.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Oh, wow. Is he gonna just take it like a man?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Why? Shit. We did it, guys, I guess. Is it gonna show like my awful fail in the middle? Yep, there it was. Alright, well, we got through that. Alright. I am desperately over time here. Oh, man.
Bro, what are you saying?
He's saying a lot of things, dude.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Ugh, I'm sorry, dude.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Wow, he just accepts it, too.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Poor guy.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on!
Oh, man, it's like a heartbreak of a bromance.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Ugh.
Who Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
Oh, man.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, wow. Yeah, just go to the vote. All right. Monokuma. Not Monokuma. That was... Monokuma gave us Mondo. All right, well...
What?
We got it right, at least. That's good. The Blackened that killed him was... Ugh. Mondo Iwata! Ugh. Ellipses.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could have killed someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why'd you do it? Ellipses.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence to allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text.
Oh, is this like...
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki.
Wait.
He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide it and buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take on that fragile form of a petite, young girl. He had chosen that as his way out.
Now, nobody will say anything about even though you're a boy?
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken deep root inside him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest, and if you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge.
Even though he dresses like a girl.
Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anybody find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. And with that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his body and mind. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it'd be good to ask someone's help. But he wanted to tell someone his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yup, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Ellipses. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was such a weird sentence. Okay. Asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he... Kermit, there we go. Wasn't that to cover up what he done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Well, obviously we didn't know that she was a boy until we seriously checked at a recess.
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have been immediately suspect his identity. Blah. Once that started up, at least a few of us would have been immediately... Oh my god. Once that started, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep a promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Ooh. Why did he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Ellipses. Because no matter what, I didn't want anybody to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How
myself.
many times I must repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother.
Ooh.
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he could have to take over the gang from his older brother someday, his old brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created the gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time.
Oh wow, I was writing in the wrong voice. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his
amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly,
his brother saved him? Oh my god. His brother died for him.
Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
Oh god, that's kind of depressing. He decided to hide the truth from what happened from it.
Jesus Christ.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet,
as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing, embarrassing secrets. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
So that's the secrets. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled with all kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzziness, uneasiness, it turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would.
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of myself. Forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're just saying that if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret. Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness and to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you, Mondo. You're really strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! And I don't remember anything after that. So in a heat of passion, when I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey! Ellipses.
I killed him.
Jesus.
I killed Chihiro.
Mondo, no! You can't. Jesus Christ, this is fucked up. So, like, you're in the heat of. Ugh.
Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
Poor guy. He's been dealing with this for so long. It's not even funny. Like, he probably. So he's been feeling the same inferiority complex as Chihiro. Just, I guess he had a different shell, and he cracked when Chihiro wanted to get stronger.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Yeah, but why? You just couldn't accept that? You were jealous and you wanted to end him like Daya? Though you didn't kill Daya yourself, you were just an idiot and killed Daya. But, I guess I understand the point. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that lived in the heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! I fucking hate you, Monokuma.
Look at him, see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say it again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution? Yeah, man, he admitted it. We all voted for him. You're the only one who didn't vote for him. So it's time to see how Mondo dies.
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The Blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
All right, I think it's time for another animation.
I said, wait!
Ellipses.
Sorry, man.
Oh, fuck.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
What did you make? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, what the fuck? So they're on a bike. I can't tell if he's accepting this as like his fate at this point. And Monokuma with a hat on like that is hilarious. Wait, what? They're gonna get into the ball pit? The Cage of Death. Alright, well, what's going on in here? How long does he stay on this? He's seriously fucking hula hooping. I swear to God, I can't take Mondo seriously. What the fuck? What even happened? Where did he go? Oh, that's disturbing. That's so disturbing. So they turned him into fucking, I guess they turned him into goop, and now they just labeled it Mondo Butter. Alright guys, so we've just witnessed the creation of Mondo Butter. I don't know how to feel about this one yet. It's kind of I mean, I didn't think it was Mondo at all until the ending started kind of putting it together, and then I started seeing his face more and you saw his reactions to everything. So right now I'm just dealing with the fact that that's a gruesome way to die. I mean, So's getting pelted by baseballs, stabbed by spears, shanked in the heart, and beaten with the dumbbells, so they're all kind of bad, but these executions are like a whole different ballpark. But anyway, I did what I wanted to do today, which is get us through to the animation portion of this, and hopefully that's enough, and I'll finish up the wrap-up as well as start the next chapter next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Clash trial. This one was a lot harder for me to kind of understand, to get the grasp of, because they're adding new concepts, and I kept thinking those were the important concepts to use, when in reality it was just use this other thing because it's way easier. Like I had the clue all along, and it's a long story. You'll see it, or you remember it, but it took me forever to actually get past the stupid uniform jumpsuit shit. And I didn't think about it until it clicked, like, why does he know the color if he's... Yeah, unless he met her. Or him. Sorry, Chihiro. It's really hard to get your gender right now. But I'll try to remember you as a boy. As much as I can. But, yeah. That's, this is another great episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I hope you guys are liking this series so far. I hope this one isn't crazy long for you guys to, you know, sit through. Yeah, I didn't think this one would be as long as it took me to do. Like, I'm running on about 3 hours on my recorded end here, and I have to edit it all down. So, what you guys get is a way more simplified and less strenuous version. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked it a lot. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with this series I'm doing. Also, I will be playing the next one as well as V3. So, keep that up if you want to subscribe for more, and if you like my voices, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, guys, it's your boy Tofuru, signing out.